Welcome to the Stevens Design Company. Today we are going to be creating graphic t-shirts just using some free photos online. The whole process is free, costs you nothing, and then we're going to create a mock-up for them. So the first thing I want to do is get my document size and get all that situated. I'm going to do RGB, and we're going to use a black background. Always design on what you think, or what you know the design is meant for. You know, if you're designing and you wanna, you're gonna put this on yellow shirts, design on a yellow background, so that way you get a more realistic example of what the finished product might look like. And for right now, I'm gonna turn these grids off. Usually, I design with those. I might want to keep them on, but and it's supposed to be subdivisions. And we're gonna turn these off, grid, and how do I turn these off again? In the show, I'm tripping. Excuse me, guys. I think I had this on screen recorded, and I got the controls floating around, and I couldn't see. View. We're gonna go. We're gonna take off these. Great, they're out of here. Black t-shirt. So the first thing we want to do is find some photos for free online. Excuse me. Go here. We're gonna go to Unsplash. So I use a lot of my photos that I design with. And the first thing we want to do is find our main subject. What kind of shirt should we do? We should do a Halloween shirt. Halloween's coming. Until I did not play in this video, we're gonna download that and see what else they got for us. Some moon phases. No, I'm good on that. So we're gonna find. So we're going space. We might want to go nice figure here and find a skull. Put on top of him. And how I make this is gonna be pretty fast. Nothing too elaborate. It's quick design. And Photoshop using some free images from Unsplash. I kind of like this. Right. And what else? We need some type of texture for the background. This is sick. Halloween. Broken house. See what comes up. I like it. We can fill a whole background with that. That's nice. Let's get that. All right. It gives us 3. I'm gonna go ahead and place these images in here. I'm gonna place them linked and not embed them, because I won't save this, and also it won't take up so much on my CPU. It won't make the document so big because it's working with them linked in the computer. First thing we're gonna do is, I guess we're scratching the moon, huh? And bring this in. We'll mask this, and we're just gonna get rid of some of it. Go over here, we turn my mask on right here with this button right here. It's create a layer mask. So now the whole thing is masked. For us to get rid of it, we will paint with the paintbrush tool, we will paint black to erase. Let's find a soft circle. And you see? And as you just erase, I have the circle set to soft. Hardness at 0. Pretty big brush. What I'll probably do to make this a background, I'll take the image and I will threshold it. Just take what I want out of it. Just probably add stuff here. And instead of it being white, I want to add a color layer to this layer. So I bring up my effects panel, my layer style panel for layers. I'll color overlay this. Then I will multiply. Then I will find a color that I like. We say a Halloween. So I either want to go purple, orange, maybe something like so. Just dark orange color. Another thing we can do is to kind of soften this up, is to add an effect to it, filter that I like to use. I'm just gonna half tone this down. We'll go here, half tone pattern. We're going to see what we got. Size of the dots, a little bit bigger. Get the contrast needle. And what happened? What happened? This needs to be done beforehand. So what we're gonna do now is just fit this in here somewhere. See how that looks. All right, now I want to bring my subjects in. We've got this guy here smoking a little funny stick. I don't know what that is. A cigarette. I just want to take this now. We can select this easily by being nice and hard like this, and not a lot of soft edges. We see a little here. We can really just take the polygon selector tool and just select on the edges everything that we want. But we're not going to do that. We're going to let Adobe do it. We're going to go up here to the subject selection tool, and we're just going to create a box around him and let Adobe do the magic. It's quick and easy. Now that we have him selected, we have a little spot here that we can always add. You pull your polygon tool out again, and you're going to hit the shift key if you want to add. Oh, there it is. Easy, easy. There's some in here we can probably take away. So we're going to mask this just so we can clean it up a little bit. Now that he's masked, let me bring him down some. Then resize the image without losing any of its what's the word I'm looking for? The constraints, I would say. To resize it, we would do this without pressing the shift key. If I press the shift key, it kind of warps it out. We don't want that. We want everything to stay in its original size, just smaller. We're just scaling it down. Here we have the guy. Then I'm going to go ahead and place another subject in here. We got this. We're going to see how this looks on this guy. I'll try to. One thing I do is turn opacity down to see if my size is correct. You can see right through it while I resize this. I don't need his head, I just need his eyes and his chin. We're getting there. And you might want to hold the shift key to kind of adjust it to, make it fit, look more real. If he's got a wider head than what the skeleton possesses naturally, then of course you might have to add a little bit to it, not too much. Just gonna size that here. I'm gonna transform this a little to get it how I want it. I'm gonna hold down a command on a Mac. I'm not absolutely sure. I'm sorry, I'm a Mac baby. What key it is for PC. We're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. We're gonna select the subject. I don't want the entire thing, of course. We just want this guy. So instead of selecting, I just click on it and see what the W gives me. If you're working this Adobe Magic, you gotta kind of excuse me. Number one thing, make sure you're on the right layer. So it's not gonna let us do that. So we're gonna use a quick selection tool and just kind of go over everything we want to keep. I'm gonna quickly select that without selecting the background. Won't go too far. This thing is very useful when you want to make quick selections. Did it again. Oh, sometimes depending on your brush size, using a smaller brush, it won't select as much. So we'll go back and try this one more time. Boom, there we go. We're gonna mask this. Going down here to the button again. Gonna wear a mask. I really still don't like how it's sitting to me. We're gonna press Command just so we can get to the correct layer that we on. Just press Command. Here, but still we're selected on a mask. And what we could do is turn this into a smart object. That's why it's picking up this whole layer instead of just what we need. So here we go. Got this Joker guy kind of smiling, grinning with a cigarette. He's a tough guy. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to get this to look a little more cleaner and realer. So we're gonna go back and select that layer mask. We're gonna get our brush, and instead of black, we're gonna paint what we do want. Let me add some hardness to this brush just to get some sharp edges, and we're gonna get in here. We're gonna get this thing looking like something. I'm gonna go to black. Get where his head going into that hat at. We're gonna clean it up right now. I'm just trying to find the hat. It's hard to see. So what I could have did was just made a shape and masked it over top, but it's a little too much right now. We're just poking around, trying some things. And remember again, I'm masking. So we keep the ear. Should we keep the ear? Yeah, let's see how that looks. I like the air up there. Let's clean this up down here. Oh, yeah, because you got a little earring thing going on. I like it. I like it. It's a player. All right. And here we got. I want to clean this up a little bit. I'm using my trackpad. I'm really not a mouse guy. Strictly trackpad. That's how I came in the game. We don't necessarily need his hand. I like how his hand is. Maybe we can put something in it. But for right now, we're not. We're going to link these two, where we're going to merge these two layers. So now they have become one layer, one object that's no longer editable. But we're not worrying about that because this is just a skeleton, just a rough draft. Then we're gonna go here and we're gonna desaturate this guy, take all the color out, no color. Then we're gonna apply a gradient map over him, hit reverse, cancel that, come down to the gradient. We want to make this thing multiply, but we only want the gradient over this layer. So we're gonna hold the Option key and we're gonna hold our pointer right between the layers, and this box with an arrow comes up that says, hey, clip this layer over top of the layer underneath. So now the effect is only applied to this layer. So if I was to go in here and change the gradient, let me see, we're using purple and orange. Purple. I kind of like that for some reason. We're gonna stay purple. I like it. We're gonna come down here and we're gonna change how this layer is affected by the layer underneath. Like that vivid light. And what we can also do is add a curve layer above that. Kind of play with what's dark and what's light. And now my guy looks a little more natural, right? He's starting to blend, what some might say. And I'm looking at this and I think I want to scroll down to this layer and change the color overlay to something that kind of works with this. Pink. Let's try yellow. You can always go in and edit that gradient layer as well. We're gonna go back to the gradient map. We're gonna go to the gradient and we're gonna find some colors that better bounce with that green. I think it's my second purple that's causing a rift. There we go. Hey guy, now he's looking lit. And we could have blended this a little bit more right here, a little better, but it's Halloween, you know, costumes, nobody's against it. This is taking up a lot of space here. I like it, but it's just leaving a big white negative space look to me. So we're gonna maybe add an effect, or what we could do is resize this guy a little. Come in, we can do the same thing that we did. Add a layer mask, take a soft brush, increase the size, and just kind of blend him into the photo. Like so. And then we might want to let's add some text. This is keep it quick, keep it simple. We want to go all the way to the top. We could group all this together. You can click the layer furthest to the top and the one above the background. And we're just going to press Command G. Now this is a group. We can say this is the art. That's the art. Turn the art off, turn the art on. This is the background. I'm going to add a solid color above this, and it's a smart color. So that way we can change the color of the background as we work. But this is intended for black t-shirts. And from here, we want to add some text. So now we're going to create a new layer, call this title. I don't know what we're going to call it. Let's just call it first we want to be able to see. We need to have some type of, ooh, that white ain't looking bad. Maybe with some drop shadow on it. But you can, with this layer style, you can go ahead and style. You know, sometimes I might do that. It's multiplying with the back, so I'm really not looking for that. Which that's fine. A nice heavy shadow is what I'm looking for. Not too wide, but just something strong. I'll separate the art sides. I need it kind of outside. So we don't want it too far. We just don't want it to blend. See, by these two colors being so bright, it's gonna cause some contrast issues, and I'm worried about that here with this guy in the sombrero. But what we can do with him is we should be able to add some inner shadow. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. We're gonna find the skeleton. We're gonna add some inner shadow to him. The color's gonna be black. The size is small. Size a little rim to him. We could add a stroke to him as well. A drop shadow. Something to just separate him from this yellow, as you can see. So what are we gonna call this? Haunted Mansion. Is that good? I'm gonna go with that. Haunted Mansion. Let's find us a nice font to work with in this. We're gonna come over here to our properties panel, choose a character. And we got plenty fonts that I have up here, some from Adobe, some free that I've downloaded. Just all kind of stuff. So I like this. And I would say that the tracking is a little off for this. I like it flat. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna warp this text. I'm gonna arc the bottom of it, but push it up. We're gonna transform this layer. And this time we don't want to keep it the same. We want to kind of stretch it down. So I'm going to hold down the shift key. I believe there's an option to change this. It kind of looks like a, I don't know. Good. What can we put as text? Enter at your own risk. I kind of like this font, but I'm really not all the way committed to it. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find something a little more scary. I got this text work on, so it's gonna make it look a little wonky. But don't worry about that. That was pretty sweet. Okay. So now we're going to come in here and we're gonna add some tracking to this. I don't like how far it's stretched down. It needs something else. Not really sure. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. But you get the picture of how to create these graphic style t-shirts with just some pre-imagery, and some creativity. Boom, you got a hit. It's not really, that difficult. You see is things in Photoshop that kind of help and make the creating process a little bit easier. Let's see if we can find something else to go up here really quick. Just really quick. Scary. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm dyslexic. Scary, scary, scary. Oh, this is nice. This is it. This might be it. Let's get this in here. And we can get real crazy. Real crazy if you wanted to. Like, how the hands coming over. Like, that'd be nice. Like, that'd be sick right there. And then with that, somehow come in, tap which image I want. I don't even think I have to do that anymore. Depending on where this is laying. And this is Command, open bracket, just send it down a layer. Got it right where I want it, I guess. And we know we don't need the top. So we're gonna go ahead and mask that. So I could easily just have cut it out. But I kind of like to see how things would look, as I'm working. So that's why I use the mask feature a lot. So I can see in real time, what my compositions might look like and go back and edit them. Like if, hey, I didn't want this part on here, or whatever the case may be. You can get in there and do it. You see, the when you have the brush set to soft, the size of the brush really depicts how fine it'll be as well on the image, and when it comes to your editing. So we got that. We got some murky water back there. That would have been pretty cool. But we're just gonna keep the hand for right now. And I'm gonna go up in here, make my brush a little bit smaller. Try to get some of that stuff up out. Got it going, It's looking good. Okay. We got a hand. Well, we almost got a hand. But I got some stuff back here I can erase. And the brush is nice and alright, I can get a lot of this trash that was here out the way. Clean that up. Right there. And I'm gonna do the opposite. So I'm gonna change colors by just pressing X and no other keys. To change my foreground and my background colors. Now we're just gonna color this on a little more solid. I'm still on the layer mask here. I'm not on the image. This is what you call non-destructive editing. so I can go back and get it right, without completely mutilating the image or whatever I'm working on. Y'all gotta, I'm still new to YouTube. When you say whatever, a lot, I'ma get better. How about that? How about we get better together? From now we got the hand. I can kind of move this around a little. I still got some stuff down here. Easiest way for me to get rid of that is just select what I want. Command J. No, we're not gonna do that. I'm about to see you guys on a long road if we did that. I could just get rid of the rest of this and make it a smart object. That's all I have to do. Even a little bit back here. Other than that, she should be about ready. We're gonna do the same thing, put a color overlay over this. And blend it down, And this will be in the actual layer styles panel, color overlay. Oh, the green is killing, I think I might want to transform this. So I'm gonna just Command T to bring up the transform box, and I'm just gonna reflect it to the other side. We're gonna flip this horizontally, and we're gonna see what happened to that hand. Yeah, I kind of like it better on this side. And we still got some cleaning up to do. And then here, brush tool. Clean up a little bit. Ain't too crazy. Hold Command and bring the selection tool back up. Make this a little bit bigger. And we could have went with another color too. See what we got. Pink is kind of murky. I like that. It's kind of off from where we are to me. Or we can just go here and use the eyedrop tool and pick a color. Right out of the image. And we might want to bring in some crows, just some birds. We're gonna Google that. Birds silhouette PNG. Let's go here. We don't want to take anybody's imagery. We're gonna go here. And we're gonna go to more tools. I'm sorry, end results. Oh, they've changed some things. Tools. We're gonna go to image rights. Make sure you click on the images tab first, and then we're gonna go to Creative Commons license. So that means these things are pretty much free to use. So we're gonna get something from Raw Pixels. Like this live spot. We just want to copy this image right from here. Copy. Command V. Paste it in. Pretty small. No? Pretty good. Throw a couple birds up. I don't want to use all of them. I do want one on top. And they look like they have a little the same thing. I really don't mind the white in them just because kind of help them stand out. But to get rid of that, all we would have to do is click on it, and we're going to add a stroke, not an in shadow, but add a stroke of black to the inside at 2 pixels. 2 pixels. 4. And there we go. We got rid of the white. Got a t-shirt, maybe some little subline text or something like that. It's pretty much ready. We can do some things like where's that hand at? We need to put that hand. All that stuff should go inside the group art, and it is. And then the title, and then we got this should go down within this group as well. And this title. I'm gonna open this group back up, and I want the birds over top of the title. With the title, I want a little. I'm gonna add some effects to this. I'm gonna add an outer glow to this. Some color, maybe purple. Size. Now we talking. A little noise to it. Chop it up a little. And I want to also add a drop shadow of this color. Green. I'm gonna turn this up. I'm gonna put it on normal and not multiply so it's nice and full. Turn it down. Distance and a little bit of noise. It's gonna chop it up. And we looking live. We looking live. Now that all this is, now that all this is here under this art, we can take this whole thing and put a layer mask on this, right? This is pretty sweet right here. With that layer mask we got on here, we can go in and get some free brushes online. You know, different brushes, concrete brushes, lightning brushes, any brushes that you could kind of use to create that effect, to where as though you might want to give your item a more vintage look. You know, you want to just add some text to it, add some texture to it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm looking for something right now that I can use. And I have so many brushes in here. I don't know what's what. I'm going to use some of these. Just kind of crack the shirt up a little bit. Crack the art up. Get a vintage look. A couple different ones. Nothing really too, you know, scientific I'm doing right now. Just adding some texture, just picking some random spots. Kind of break it up. And it's too much. I don't want to break the text apart to where no one can read it or anything like that. Take this whole layer and you could see. And that'll be pretty much it. Native graphic tee, all free, you know, no nothing, just some couple photos free offline. Hope this video helps anyone out there trying to design or, you know, find inspiration. You know, crack at it. Thanks.